What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back to another episode in my path to power. As we get into this episode, I want to let you guys know that if you're looking to pick up any MSP or PSN cards for the holidays, make sure to check out thegamekeys.co.uk, or if FIFA coins are more your thing, check out justfifacoins.com. You can use the code Japes to get yourself a 5% discount on their instant delivery. And we still have our legendary Ronaldinho squad, and it's actually really kind of a refreshing, enjoyable squad to play. I actually got a couple messages from you guys that said, Japes, I wasn't really enjoying FIFA, and then I built this squad, and it's actually pretty fun to use. And Felipe Melo had picked up an injury, so I was going out looking at replacements, and I thought, Fernandinho, is he really worth it? He's going to go down to nothing when the market crashes over the holidays. So I thought, yeah, let's go out and get Shakhtar's Fernando. He'll link up nicely with Bernard. And some of you guys said, Japes, can you please go out and get Douglas Costa for the squad? So I went out and I looked. Didn't see one for a price I liked, which is just a couple hundred coins off, but still, I can be a stingy little devil when I want to be. And if I do indeed buy him, it'll probably be Kaká that's replaced, which is a little unfortunate because Kaká comes up big for us in one of our upcoming matches. So all in all on this squad, on a pretty quick review, it's a very enjoyable squad, but with the Footmas Cup coming up where you get, I think it's an untradeable 35k pack, this is not the squad that you'll probably want to take into that because it just will not be able to keep up with some of these sweatier teams. Now you're going to see some of my opponents actually that I come up to against in this episode are they have some pretty sweaty looking squads, so it was kind of a good test, and that kind of was why I felt that, I'll have to make some changes if I'm going to want to roll with this squad in the future, or if I want to roll with this squad in the cup. But I think we'll probably swap the whole thing around, try to get a new big name player to fit around this squad. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. I will be building that squad today and be playing quite a few games with it because I will be leaving town for the holidays between Tuesday and Saturday. So you'll have a few eps of Path to Power between now and then, but some other stuff to go along with the holiday cheer. I went for a ridiculous long shot with Danilo, and he's actually got really, really nice shooting. And that guy, after that shot, he was like, this is ridiculous. I just cannot be asked with any more of this game. He was getting pretty dominated for the most part, though. So I was okay with a 20th minute quit out, which I was okay with it, and I was shocked by it because I thought, you got plenty of time left in this match. It just takes a little bit of FIFA BS to, get yourself back into the game and play some nice defense, and you're right back in it. Do not give up, guys. Do not. I will. But also, I'm the way where it's like, even if my opponent's better than I am, I think that there's some grasp of hope that you've got to believe that you're going to get it. So this guy, 4-3-3, some really, really big name players in the attack and the midfield. Suarez, Neymar, Bale, Iniesta, James Rodriguez, and Toni Kroos. So the only change that I would make to his squad is I would not use Iniesta as a true CM. I think that he is a little bit weak in that spot and not strong enough defensively coming back, so I think he can be exploited. And I do a nice bit of work here. Play Bernard in through. He nips in front of PK, which is always going to happen. And he calls his keeper out, which whenever you call your keeper out in that sort of a situation, he's going to take a poor angle if your attacker is coming across him and it's a pacey attacker, and he's not going to be able to take the ball, and you're going to end up letting your opponent shoot it on an open net, which is exactly what happened. So I would be very, very cautious about when you call your keeper. I talked about this in a previous episode where, I said, if you call your keeper out and his feet aren't planted when he's trying to make a save, chances are he's going to miss it. And that's something to take in consideration in that situation as well. Nice interception from Felipe Melo inside of Lima. Very, very fortunate to somehow turn up with this. And this is a lot of left bumper dribbling that you're going to see right here right now. So I didn't know exactly where I want to go. So right there, just a little tap of it and a wonderful deflection that falls in my favor. I wasn't sure. I was like, wow, that was a ridiculous finish. I cannot believe you just banged that into the top net, the best net. And then I realized that his player got a foot across and deflected into the top corner, and he decided that he had had enough as well, so he managed to finish out 2 games in less than a half worth of FIFA time. So we played 20 minutes in the first game, 27 in the second, and we're on to the semifinals of the Cup. So this is pretty good as far as time constraints go. I was optimistic that I'd have the healing card for Ronaldinho. I did. And I thought, beauty, perfect. Let's roll on into the semifinal. And it's been nice playing cups lately because when I get to the semifinal and the final, I play against much better opponents. And that's the way cups should be. Like the semis and the final, they should be a struggle. And it's good to see that that's the case. You know, it was interesting on past FIFAs, you can match up in the final. I don't know if it was the same way last year, but I remember in like the original Ultimate Teams going, well, all the way back to FIFA 12, I'm pretty sure, where you could match up with someone in the first round of the cup if you were in the finals. So sometimes you just have a cakewalk, and it was kind of like, well, that didn't really feel like much of a final to me, but it's Bernard causing all sorts of problem with his quickness and his pace. Finds a wonderful pass to Luis Gustavo, freedom for Kaká, and that is an easy finish. So he turned up in a really, really good spot for us, the wily old veteran. I cannot wait to see him in the MLS. I hope that he lives up to my expectations of what like a revelation he could be for the league, but only time will tell. Only time will tell, but I will, as with all things, remain forever optimistic. And Luis Gustavo is a brilliant, brilliant player. We've had him in some of our teams before, but he really excels in this double holding midfielder set. So I'd be very inclined to use him again in a 4-2-2 and another 4-2-3-1. And I thought this was just, bring on the salt, guys. Dump it all over me. I could not believe that was given as a penalty. David Luiz pokes it away. Right as he's poked it away, Vargas runs into his leg, and that's given as a penalty. For me, that is not a penalty. When you poke the ball away from the attacker, make contact with the ball first, and then the attacker runs into your leg, it's just not. And he actually hits just a brilliant penalty off the bar and in. So that part of it I couldn't complain about, but the actual goal was just, or the actual foul was just too much. So we're now in extra time. Now there was not much in this game because he had a very, very good, he had a really, really nice team, and somehow I brought on Shane Long, and I had to bring on Shane Long for Ronaldinho because Ronaldinho does not have the stamina to go anything beyond 90 minutes. And speaking of our wonder, Luis Gustavo, what a ridiculously well-taken chance there, and a wonderful finish, puts it into the top corner at the near post. But I moved Kaká to the middle, brought on Shane Long, who's one of our untradables that we got in a starter pack, and has kind of just been, he kind of features as a sub here or there, but he does his job, and he actually caused all sorts of havoc running free up that line in extra time. 120th minute. At this point, I just did not want to give up anything silly, so we'll take our simple passes wherever we can find them, and nice bit of work there from Bernard. I felt pretty confident I could get outside. He was desperate. He had to make a tackle to get it back, and we find Lima very, very open, very, very easy finish in the 120th minute to give us a 2-goal lead, or essentially seal the victory. No need for a 2-goal lead at that point. We were just closing it out anyway, and that was a win that I was pretty happy with. I was quite proud of that one because my opponent was trying to exploit some of the pace and strength of his players, and I kind of had to delicately hope for the best a few times, and I got fortunate, but it worked out. And when FIFA works in your favor, you're all smiles. When it happens against you, you're like, this game is terrible. So I don't blame people for that sometimes because it's just the way the cookie crumbles every so often. But that is where we are going to come to the close in this episode. If you guys did enjoy it, like a thumbs up, it'd be greatly appreciated. Other than that, my name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.